everyone, welcome back to I've Got Something to Tell You. We have a live show episode for you today from Jarrod's, but the spirits decided to mess with us just a little bit, and we lost a little of our recording at the beginning, but we do have a full show for you. Also, we wanted to take a second to wish a very happy birthday to Nadia and her friends who came out to see us to celebrate her birthday. Thank you guys so much. We hope you enjoyed. And yeah, we are going to jump right into it with Tayler's story.
So I'm going to go first today, and I'm going to be covering the Black Eyed Kids. Have you guys heard of that?
No.
Okay. Oh, have you? Okay. Yeah, if you love Reddit like me, you've probably heard of it. So I know Colleen's really afraid of them, so I'm really excited to tell her this story. Okay, so picture this. It's dark, quiet, and at night, you're home alone, maybe watching TV or scrolling your phone, and suddenly there's a knock at the door. Not a light tap either, but that slow, deliberate kind of knock that instantly makes your stomach drop. When you open the door, there's two kids standing there. They look like normal kids anywhere from 6 to 16 years old, except very creepy detail. Their eyes are completely black. No white in the eyes, no pupils, just solid black. Super spooky. They'll say things like, "Can we please come in? We need to use your phone," or "Our mom will be here soon."
Nope.
Which I don't know why their mom would be there. They don't know you, but that's what they say.
It's like the opposite of stranger danger.
Yeah. So people who've encountered them say they immediately feel an overwhelming sense of dread, like their body was screaming, "Don't let them in." But here's the weird part. The kids can't come inside unless you invite them in. And if you refuse, they'll keep asking, insisting, even guilt tripping you. And they'll just say, like, "We're cold, we're lost, we just need to use your phone." So anything to get inside wherever you are, your car, your house, wherever. And when you hesitate or start to shut the door, their tone changes. They get demanding and more aggressive. The politeness fades, and that's when people reportedly notice the eyes being completely black. No emotion.
Do they get like progressively black, like the more that
they just start getting darker and darker?
Like the more aggressive, they're like, "No, my mom's coming," and then they're like, "No, let me in," and it's just like...
They're like glitching. They're like, "I can't stop it from happening." But the encounters are always similar. It's usually at night, often when the person is alone. The kids just look slightly weird. They ask to be let in. And you feel like you're being like pulled into the conversation, kind of like a trance almost.
I mean, the black eyes would be trance-like.
Yeah, just staring into those dark holes. Some people claim that after encounters, even without letting them in, they've experienced sickness, nightmares, or electronics malfunctioning. Reports go back before the internet. One of the first stories take place in the 1950s in Virginia, when Harold, a 16-year-old boy, was walking home, and he saw another boy leaning against a fence that he was passing. The boy suddenly said to Harold, "I want to go to your house. You're going to walk me to your house."
Oh.
Then Harold noticed the boy's eyes were completely black, and he took off.
Yeah.
And behind him, he heard a scream, like an inhuman. Just like immediately, that just makes it so much worse.
Tayler.
I know. Sorry, you're gonna have nightmares.
I know.
Okay.
We did warn you, nightmares will be coming home, but that was also a discretion for ourselves.
I think they're fine. I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's fast forward to one of the most well-known stories that took place in 1996 in Abilene, Texas. Brian Bethel, a local journalist, had parked his car in front of a small strip mall to write out a check for his internet bill. He was sitting just outside a movie theater, one of those old school places with a giant glowing marquee showing movie titles in like the red plastic letters. And as he wrote, the light from the theater cast a flickering glow through his windshield. And then he heard a tap, tap, tap.
Oh no.
On the driver's side window. Startled, he looked up to see two boys standing just outside his car. They looked about 10 to 12 years old, dressed in hooded sweatshirts, so pretty normal. One of them stepped forward slightly and said, "Hey, mister, we want to see the movie, but we forgot our money. Can you give us a ride back to our house?" Something in their tone, calm and deliberate, not really sounding like kids, made Brian uneasy right away. He couldn't put his finger on it, but the whole situation just felt off. He glanced toward the theater to check the time on the marquee clock. It was nearly 10 p.m., and to him, he thought that's like too late for kids to be out alone asking strangers for rides. I don't think there's a certain time it has to be. Don't ask strangers for rides.
That's what I'm saying. Opposite of stranger.
Yeah. But I guess it was 1996. I don't know if it was different back then.
No, I think it's the same.
So he felt this weird pressure, like he was being pulled into the conversation against his better judgment. He described later that as soon as he started talking to them, an unexplainable sense of dread came over him. The night suddenly felt colder, quieter, and even the sound of the traffic nearby just faded away. It was just quiet. As he looked closer, he noticed something wasn't right with their faces. At first, he thought it was the lighting. That was strange from the theater because it's like that neon red. And then the boy tilted his head up slightly and Brian froze. Their eyes, there were no pupils, no whites, solid black. And he also mentions that their skin also looked like waxy. Weird.
Like that.
His stomach dropped. Every instinct in his body screamed to get out of there. Trying to stay calm, he muttered something like, "I don't think so, sorry," and reached toward his gear shift, and the boy spoke again, voice firmer this time. "We can't come in unless you tell us it's okay." But like, that's not convincing me.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you it's not okay, like in whatever way you need me to.
So that's when the full-blown panic hit. Brian slammed the car in reverse, heart pounding, tore out of the parking lot, tires squealing, adrenaline flooding his body. When he glanced in the rearview mirror, the boys were gone. No sign of them under the streetlights, no movement on the sidewalk, nothing. They just like disappeared. Later, back home, still shaken, he wrote down everything he remembered and eventually posted his experience online. His story spread like wildfire, and soon people all over the world claimed they had similar encounters, mysterious children knocking on doors, asking to be let in, and their eyes black as coal. So nearly every story ends the same way, with an overwhelming sense of dread and the same phrase whispered at the door or window. "We can't come in unless you say we can," starting out polite and getting more aggressive as you hesitate. So before I get into the theories of the black-eyed children, I'm going to read a couple more stories pulled from Reddit because that's just where they're all at. So the first one, it was 2015, midwinter in rural Vermont, deep in the snow. A woman and her husband were sitting by the fire one evening when they heard a knock on the door. She opened it to find two children, a boy and a girl standing barefoot in the snow, their heads lowered, asking softly, "Can we come in? Our parents will be here soon." The parents again.
They're like, I've read Reddit. I know the tricks.
I know what to say. I got this down. She hesitated. Everything about them felt wrong. But it was freezing outside. For some reason, they had no shoes. So she felt this weird guilt creep in. And so she said they can come on in. And she even made them hot chocolate.
Oh my God.
Her husband, meanwhile, was trying to calm the dogs, who had gone absolutely nuts, growling and snapping like they were in danger. And as we know, like, listen to
Always
the
trust
animals.
the
They
dogs,
always know. She brought the mugs back out. The kids were sitting perfectly still on the couch. And that's when she noticed their eyes were completely black.
Mm-mm.
The girl said, "Our parents are here." And both kids stood up at once, walked to the door and opened it. Even though no one had knocked or driven up, the woman peeked outside and saw two tall, thin figures standing by the end of the driveway. Her
No.
parents, I guess. The children walked towards them and then they disappeared into the
Tayler.
darkness. You're gonna hate this next part.
Oh no.
Within weeks, the couple's pets died. Both of them began experiencing severe health issues, and they believed letting the kids in was like a curse.
Sounds like it.
It does. I'm like, leave the pets alone. I mean, she made them hot chocolate. So
And they were
rude.
so nice.
Okay, the next encounter is in 2010. A U.S. Marine reported being alone in the barracks one night when he heard soft knocking on his door. Thinking it was another soldier, he opened it only to find 2 young kids standing there, asking to use the phone. He said that something about it just felt off, and he looked closer. He noticed their skin was super pale, and again, black eyes. He slammed the door shut immediately, called out to his roommate. When they opened it again seconds later, the hallway was empty. The Marine claimed he couldn't sleep for days after, with the sense of just being like unsettled.
I sort of love that they scared a Marine though.
Yeah. It's just the black eyes got him. So let's get into the theories on what these black-eyed children are.
Oh no.
Ever since Brian Bethel's first story went public in 1996, people have just been trying to figure it out. So they come up with a lot of different stuff. Theory number 1 is ghosts. Some people believe the black-eyed children are spirits of lost or murdered kids, maybe ones who died tragically near where they're seen. The idea is that they appear to the living asking for help, but because they died violently or unnaturally, their spirits are warped. So the black eyes represent the emptiness or the loss of their humanity.
Oh.
Yeah, that one's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Theory number 2, demons or evil entities. Others think these kids aren't human at all. The permission rule matches old folklore about demons and vampires who must be invited into a home before they can enter. Like Vampire Diaries.
That's what I was thinking.
Remember that. People who claim to have let them in often describe sickness, nightmares, or death afterward, which leads to the belief that the kids might be evil spirits feeding off energy or fear. Their black eyes could symbolize demonic possession or their true form peeking through the disguise, which I hated that sentence.
Hate
That is so
much.
scary. That's my least favorite theory. I know the third one's going to be your favorite.
Okay.
Okay. Aliens or hybrids.
Okay.
That's the third theory. So then there's the UFO crowd who think the black-eyed children could be alien-human hybrids. Their eerily calm speech, strange phrasing, and lack of emotion match reports of alien encounters. The solid black eyes resemble descriptions of the Greys, and their purpose might be to observe humans and test reactions. And some theories even connect them to the Men in Black encounters.
Okay.
Is that what you instantly thought of?
Mm-hmm.
Love those guys.
I was like, they're like Men in Black Boy Scouts or something.
Training.
Yeah.
They're like, don't let the black eyes show.
Yeah.
They're failing. And yeah, so that's the 3 theories, and that's the black-eyed children.
That was amazing.
Wasn't too scary?
No, it was definitely too scary.
It was a fun one. We've been doing hauntings all of October, so I was like, I need to switch it up.
Yeah.
Some black-eyed kids.
It's my turn.
And now we're gonna get into the true crime portion.
Okay, Tayler and everybody, I've got something to tell you. So I picked this story because I was inspired by the fact that it's fall, thus Hallmark movie season. And I felt this story has everything you would find in a Hallmark movie. A small town, a sweet southern baker, and a woman searching for her happily ever after. But we are here for the true crime, and oh, trust me, this serves it.
I was gonna say I love a Hallmark movie, but I know this isn't gonna
It's
go
gonna
my way.
be a little
It's
rough.
not one I would watch.
And also besides trying to find something that fit the vibe of the season, what really drew me to this was the name. We did tell you guys that we like to laugh, and I am going to do the story of the Giggling Granny,
Okay. I love it.
Nannie Doss.
Tell me more.
It sounds adorable, but it's really, really not. She sucks. So before she was the Giggling Granny or even Nannie Doss, she was just Nanny Hazel, which 10 out of 10 granny name, in my opinion.
Hazel? Yeah, that's a granny name.
Literally Nanny in her name.
Wait, her name was actually Nannie?
Nannie Hazel.
Oh, okay.
I know.
Weird.
Yes. She was born in 1905 in Blue Mountain, Alabama. It's a tiny, tiny town. Her family lived on the outskirts of the town in a small shack with no electricity and no running water. But that did not stop them from having kids. They had 5 total, with Nannie being directly in the middle, so already born for issues.
Mm-hmm.
Her dad, James Hazel, ran the house like any 1900 man would, totally under his control. He did not believe in school. He kept the kids home to work on the farm. He didn't believe in laughter, said it was a waste of time, which he would hate us.
Yeah, he'd probably kill us.
And you better believe he didn't believe in makeup, dresses, or just any fun in general. So he's that under his roof, live by his rules kind of guy. And if they didn't follow his rules, probably not a shock, but all of the kids would receive violent beatings. Now, Nannie's mom, Lou, was quiet, the kind of woman who'd been emotionally worn down to basically like a sigh of a human being. She barely even spoke, let alone stood up to James. So Nannie grows up watching her mother fade and her father rage. But even in that miserable house, she clings to one idea: true love. Because when your whole world is ugly, romance feels like an escape. Important side story. When Nannie is 7, she's riding a train that suddenly slams to a stop, which launches her fully to faceplant and slam her head into the seat in front of her. She completely passes out after slamming her head.
Dang.
After that, she starts having wild headaches, dizzy spells, and violent mood swings that often led her to attacking her sisters. So, traumatic brain injury.
Oh, again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, those happen a lot.
But it's 1912 Alabama. Her dad's medical advice was walk it off, and she sure did. She
Walk
walked
off your head injury.
Yeah,
It'll be fine.
Walked it right off, straight into becoming a future serial killer.
Oh my God.
Which, not saying all head injuries lead to becoming a serial killer, but just saying.
Just like the last couple stories did.
Just saying it's notable. So now jump to 1921, and Nannie's a teenager. She's 16 and ready to start her main character era. And she's done something pretty cool. Remember, her dad wouldn't let her go to school?
Mm-hmm.
She taught herself to read.
Dang.
She's like, take that, Dad.
I can read.
I was like, teenage rebellion, woo.
She chooses reading.
I was like, I pierced my ear with a thumbtack. She's educated herself. So she's reading, and she gets her hands on true romance magazines, which were basically like mini romance novels. And don't forget these, because she becomes obsessed with them.
Mm-hmm.
They're these fictionalized stories about women falling in love with cowboys, soldiers, or doctors and living happily ever after. She reads these articles over and over again, imagining herself as the girl in each story, falling in love with a guy who will take her away from her life of misery. Then one day she gets to the back of those magazines and discovers something brand new: the Lonely Hearts column. Again, write that down. It's where real people wrote in hoping to find love through the mail, and it hits her. There are people out there who actually want the same thing she does. People who believe in romance, connection, all the things her father told her were like nonsense, waste of time.
Yeah.
So for Nannie, that's a revelation. If there's real love out there, she's going to find it no matter the cost. So she convinces her dad to let her get a job, which is a rare win. Good job, Nannie. Also speaks to her like negotiation and manipulation tactics.
Dang, Nannie.
Yeah. So she heads out into the world for the first time, and it's there at that first job that she meets the man who will start her first love era. She gets a job at a local linen factory, and she meets Charles Braggs. He's 24 and she's 16. So off to a great start. He's charming in that small town kind of way, which basically meant he had a job and a pulse. But for Nannie, he was Prince Charming. They move fast. She brings him home to meet her dad, and Charles asks for Nannie's hand in marriage. The dad is thrilled. He's like, yes, one less mouth to feed, but also...
Get her out of here.
She had that one like knocked up head, and ever since she's been kind of kooky, so...
She's freaking me out.
Take her. They marry almost immediately, and Nannie is over the moon. She's finally living her like true romance story. But the fantasy ends real quick. Because the night after the wedding, Charles drops a little surprise. He goes, oh, by the way, my mom's moving in. And Nannie's like, for how long? Charles says, forever.
Oh no.
And this woman hates Nannie. She's bossy, she's critical, and she tells everyone that Nannie's lazy and slutty because she reads the true romance magazines. But nobody talks bad about these true romance magazines to Nannie.
Books.
Not even a little bit. So meanwhile, though, Charles is just like, whatever, it's my mom, and he sides with her every time.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, guys, don't feel bad for Nannie because just stick with me because she sucks. So this is the poor Nannie section, but trust me, you're going to change your mind real fast. So now Charles is also not the Prince Charming that Nannie thought he was. He's a drinker who will disappear for days and come home smelling like booze. It's also well known that he's cheating on Nannie left and right. But Nannie, who's built her whole identity around finding the perfect man, is doing her own thing on the side too.
With her books?
No, just trying to find the perfect man.
Oh, okay.
So she's cheating on Charles too. Now, her and Charles stay together because she still wants the facade of, the Prince Charming that she met. Like, she wants to keep up the appearances. So between 1923 and 1928, she gives birth to 4 girls. All are Charles's. I double-checked that. So they are Melvina, Florine, and then she has 2 younger daughters. But motherhood wasn't exactly her goal because her goal is to find the man, and it has to be the perfect man. So without the husband that she envisioned, she just feels kind of like trapped and angry that like she's now got kids with this guy that's not like fulfilling her true romance fantasies.
Okay.
Melvina is her favorite, firstborn. And then she's also cold and distant with the others, but especially Florine, who she calls Trouble. She's
Florine.
a baby. Like, she's a literal baby.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So one night, Charles takes off for another bender, and when he gets home, both of their youngest daughters have passed away.
What?
The doctor calls it food poisoning, but everyone in town whispers that something feels really off. 2 babies passing away from food poisoning was really suspicious, even for that
Like you
time.
think.
What?
Like you think. Both the babies.
At one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So Charles starts to wonder if his loving wife might be a little bit more dangerous than she looks. Soon after, Charles also starts to get violently ill, and not the like hangover kind of sick, but the, oh God, I might die.
Food poisoning?
Yeah. Oh. Every time he eats something that Nannie gives him, he starts getting worse. People in the town start warning him, like, maybe you should just stop eating what Nannie's
Maybe you
eating.
should like Uber Eats.
Yeah. If only. So he's totally freaked out, and one night while Nannie is sleeping, he packs up Melvina, grabs his mother, and disappears.
Not Florine?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God.
He leaves Nannie behind with Florine, the daughter she doesn't like. And I was like, maybe Charles doesn't like her either.
Because it sounds like nobody likes her.
Yeah, it's sad.
That is sad.
But I was like, he's pretty suspicious of Nannie being a murderer at this point, so.
He's like, Florine will be fine.
Yeah. Or she'll take, 'nope, not a joke. So, But just like that, Nannie's love story is over. So Nannie is alone, no husband and no money because, shocker, he didn't just leave her. He didn't leave her a freaking dime either. So this is when she starts to think, love might not last forever, but a life insurance policy payout might. As we all do. Just kidding. No, we don't. But that thought does not help her because she's still broke and has a daughter to support. So she has no other choice to move back home to live with her father at the Hazel farm. Back under his roof, back under his rules. And this is a recipe for disaster because super shortly after Nannie moves back in, her father dies.
Suspicious.
What do you think it was?
Food poisoning?
Sure was. When her father dies from food poisoning, Nannie quietly collects a small life policy she had placed on him. And this is the first time she notices grief can come with a check. Love may disappoint, but death pays.
Dollar signs in her eyes.
Dollar bills, y'all. So now it's just Nannie, her mom Lou, her sister Dovie, and her daughter Florine. I feel like you don't like Florine.
I like Florine.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised she's still alive, to be honest.
She's a survivor. Okay, so they're all living together at Hazel Farm. And that's when Charles, Nannie's first husband, suddenly reappears. He's met another woman, he's gotten remarried, and decides to drop Malvina back off to live with Nannie, the woman he literally suspects might be a child murderer. Bold freaking choice. So Charles skips town again, and Nannie stays busy because she's got her girls, her mother, and a lot of time on her hands. She decides to take up baking, and she actually gets a reputation around town for being really good at it. She's got pies, cakes, and cookies. But rumor around town is the cookies that Nannie bakes have a kick to them.
I know, I was going to say I'd stay away from anything she makes.
You caught on faster than a lot of these men did. So neighbors stop by for a visit, have a little treat, and then spend the next day after they eat the cookies tossing their cookies.
Sick.
Gross. No one can prove anything, but people start politely declining the baked goods from the Hazel home.
We're good.
And then things get really dark, and I'm not going to share the details of this one. But as I said, Nannie sucks. And so just know that Malvina, Nannie's daughter, grows up to have two children, and tragically both pass away while in Nannie's care. Later, Nannie collects $500 from a life insurance policy she had taken out on one of them, and he was only 2 days old.
Oh.
Yeah. I told you. I'm sorry. I tried to warn you.
It's okay. It was Nannie. It wasn't you.
I know. But still. By this point, every tragedy in Nannie's life seems to happen when she's cooking or caring for someone. So naturally, she decides to cook and care for someone new. Mm-hmm. And to do that, she picks up her trusty True Romance magazine, because remember, in the back is the Lonely Hearts column, where people are looking to meet their someone and definitely won't regret it. It's basically Tinder.
Yeah.
So through that Lonely Hearts column, Nannie meets Frank Harrelson, a factory worker from Jacksonville, Alabama. He's a smooth talker, writes her letters full of flattery and big promises. He's basically like, you're not like other girls kind of line, and it totally works on her. So after a few months of writing, Nannie's convinced that he is her forever. She packs up her bags, says sayonara to both of her daughters and her mom, and heads off to marry Frank. At first, things look good. He's affectionate, charming, and funny. All things that Charles wasn't. But before long, Frank is basically Charles 2.0. He starts drinking heavily and not hiding the fact that he's cheating on her. But when Frank drinks, he gets mean, and like physically mean and violently mean. Neighbors hear the fights, they see the bruises, it's bad. And this is when Nannie starts perfecting what's going to become her signature coping mechanism, the baking. Her favorite thing to bake was prune cake. I was like, this tells me everything I need to know about her. Completely questionable.
Yeah. Doesn't sound great.
So she keeps up appearances. She's like the sweet Southern homemaker, doting wife, smiling through it all. But by 1945, the marriage is beyond saving. Frank's drinking every night, the arguments are constant, and one night he crosses a line. After one of his vendors, he attacks and assaults her. The next morning, Nannie wakes up early. She gets dressed and calmly makes him breakfast. She makes him eggs, toast, coffee, and a drink, which is like the breakfast of chumps, but it's also screaming last meal situation. But he didn't know it because by sundown, Frank Harrelson is dead. The coroner calls it booze, the insurance company calls it a payout, and Nannie, she calls it a win. Turns out love and life insurance pair beautifully together because she walks away with some money in her pocket. So it's 1943, Nannie is widowed again, and instead of therapy, she just dusts off the old True Romance magazine, flips straight to the Lonely Hearts column, and decides it's time for husband number 3. Did you have... Oh?
No questions.
Okay. That's when she meets Arlie Lanning, a factory worker from North Carolina. He's middle-aged, balding, dependable looking. He's the kind of guy who probably smells like settlement and insurance payout.
Mm-hmm.
They marry fast because of course they do. And Nannie immediately fits into her role as playing the perfect wife. She's got this sweetest pie routine down to a science. Because it's the 1940s, everyone in town just loves her. This was something that I also read about her is like because she studied like the True Romance and stuff, she was very good at manipulation because she was just reading all of these stories.
Like she was becoming the women in the books,
Exactly. So she was kind of turning into like what the men wanted her to be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did her research.
So everyone in town loves her. They say, Arlie sure found himself a good woman. And I was like, give it time.
Wait till she starts baking.
She's like, yeah, her like Tinder bio is just like really good at baking.
Just you wait.
Yeah, my baking is killer. No, that was amazing.
New slogan.
Name of the episode. So a few years in, Arlie gets sick. He gets real sick. And within a few weeks, he's gone. Doctors say it was heart failure. Nannie cries at the funeral, hugs everyone tight, and even moves in with Arlie's grieving mother. Within months, Arlie's mom passes too. And then Arlie's house mysteriously burns down. The insurance money from the house and Arlie's mother's life insurance policy also mysteriously goes somewhere.
No.
And Nannie mysteriously skips town before anyone can ask too many questions. Quick detour on the way out. Nannie stops to care for her ailing sister Dovie, who tragically dies after Nannie visits her. So she is escalating, and she is escalating fast. So after skipping town, Nannie goes right back to her favorite pastime, which is husband hunting. That's when she meets Richard Morton, a salesman from Kansas. He's charming, polite, and actually compliments her baking. She's like, devious hands.
Easy.
They marry fast. They all do. And for a while, it looks like Nannie might finally get her hallmark ending. They go to church, they host dinners, people say things like they're such a lovely couple. But then Richard starts doing what all of Nannie's husbands seem to do, cheating. Openly, badly, with lots of receipts. And Nannie at this point is a professional at two things, baking and taking down men.
Mm-hmm.
So one night she makes him his favorite dessert, prune cake and a cup of coffee, which I was like,
why is that everyone's favorite dessert?
it sounds disgusting and just like Bubblegut City. But honestly, if it was his favorite, they were kind of meant to be.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Or he's a liar.
He's like,
So, yeah, he's like,
so good.
She's like, no, eat it. So Richard eats, compliments her cooking, and drops dead within hours. The coroners are baffled. Nannie's devastated. But wouldn't you know it, there's a fresh life insurance policy.
Nice.
By this point, her plan is just rinse and repeat. Not long after, Nannie meets Samuel Doss, a church deacon from Oklahoma. He's older, conservative, and screams easy target to Nannie. But once they're in a relationship, he's different than the others. He's sweet and seems to be easy around. Easy to be around. Easy around? Listen, we fumble.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but he's not the cheating type. It's basically like what I'm getting at.
Okay.
She thinks maybe this is what she needs, a calm, steady love. They get married, and she changes her name to Nannie Doss. But almost immediately after the marriage, he bans her true romance magazines from the house.
Oh no.
He tells
Wrong move.
I know. This guy's gonna get murdered so hard. He tells her, sorry. He tells her that they are filthy and whorish. He even goes as far as to take her collection and burn them.
She's immediately at the grocery store, like grabbing her ingredients.
I wrote, and Nannie's like eye twitching, like, cool. Let me just write something down real quick. Go to insurance office and poison store tomorrow. So within months, Samuel falls violently ill. Doctors think it's a stomach infection, and they treat him, and he actually gets better.
Uh-oh.
Nannie's like, damn it. So he comes home, and he's like, oh my God, my loving wife, take care of me. Like, are you so happy that I'm alive? She's like, yeah, here's a prune cake.
All of his stuff is already like outside.
Yeah.
He's like, oh. Dang it.
She's already like stuffing her pockets with the insurance money. So he comes home happy to be alive and to a prune cake to celebrate. He eats it, compliments the flavor, dies within 24 hours. So Nannie had been like poisoning him with the same doses that she had been with like the other guys, but this guy was healthy. So when he survived, she just doused the cake with
Dang. She's like, you will not survive this.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he still wanted the prune cake after having like food poisoning after that. Because do you ever get food poisoning? You're like,
Oh
I'm
my
never
God.
eating that again.
Such a good
But
point.
he gets back and he's like, prune cake.
What's in this prune cake?
It must be really good.
It sounds disgusting. All right, okay. Jarrod's prune cake.
Nice recipe idea.
Yeah.
Without the poison.
Yeah, obviously. We'll find a non-Nannie's recipe for you. Okay, so Samuel's doctor becomes immediately suspicious because he's like, hold up, this man was healthy when he left. Like, I'm not taking the blame for this. Like, I saved this guy. So he orders an autopsy, and when the lab results come back, they find enough arsenic in Samuel Doss's system to kill 10 men.
Dang. That's
So
crazy.
she was not joking around.
No.
The police are called in and they go in full-blown investigation. They exhume Nannie's previous husbands, and it's the same story every single time. Charles, Frank, Arlie, and Richard are all poisoned with arsenic. They even test the bodies of her 2 young daughters who have arsenic still in their systems. So arsenic is everywhere. So the police arrest her immediately, and when they bring her in, at first she denies any intention of killing. She says it must have been an accident. Which, like, they don't believe for a second. She eventually confesses, and through her whole confession, she starts to giggle. Then full
I was
on.
wondering when the giggling was gonna.
Well,
come into
and
play.
then the press picks this up because arsenic also is supposed to have like an effect on your system where it it's like laughing
Giggle.
gas.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't think
know
it's
that.
exactly laughing gas.
But you laugh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a euphoric thing. Doesn't sound euphoric. All these people died.
Yeah.
Not supporting arsenic. So she confesses through her whole confession, she starts to giggle. She starts to maniacally laugh. Like she is full on like Joker laughing.
Oh, that's scary.
It's really scary. She describes the murders with a huge grin on her face and continues to laugh. I was like, what a sicko. Who laughs at murder? The sole premise of our podcast. So during her confession, Nannie tells police she only ever wanted love and romance. She claims her husbands were mean, controlling, and unfaithful. And she just wanted peace, which don't we all? The press goes wild. They call her the Lonely Hearts Killer, the Giggling Granny, the Jolly Widow. And Nannie, she eats it up. She's smiling for the cameras. She's giving interviews. And every time she shows up in court, she's dressed to the nines. Again, smiling, and she's posing in her seat in the courtroom. It's absolutely unhinged. Like, it's wild. Like, full outfits, like matching sets.
Like she still thinks she's gonna meet her man.
She's
probably
flirting with the camera. So in 1955, she pleads guilty and is sentenced to life in prison. When asked why she did it, she said she simply didn't like them anymore, or they were getting in her way of finding the perfect man and the life that she felt she deserved. She was 49 years old when she was caught, and no shame, but she was kind of a rough-looking 49.
She did through a lot.
The prunes and the murder.
Yeah.
I assume that
took a toll on her.
Yeah, not great for the skin.
Wait, so she started this when she was 16 and she didn't get caught till she was 49.
49.
That's crazy.
Well, math isn't mathing. Because it was 30. This spanned 30 years. So she was...
I mean, either way, that's a long time.
Yeah, 29.
Oh.
No, 19. Norman?
Either way, it took a long time.
It was
to
a
catch
long
her.
time. She was really, like, she was looking for love and was on
I
murder
wouldn't have
spree
even
for a
caught
while.
that.
Her confirmed victim total was 11 people, but dozens of others came forward saying that they were, raise your hand if you were victimized by
the
Nannie.
Prunes.
Yeah. And so, but they never confirmed anything else besides the 11 confirmed victims.
Okay.
Now, Tayler likes to know if they're still alive. She is not. She died in 1965. Still smiling.
Still smiling as we speak?
Yeah, she gave multiple interviews. She's rough. But I did want to bring it back to the Hallmark vibe. I was really, really trying to go for to like try and lighten this in some way.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the wild Hallmark Goes Dark, the true crumb story of the Giggling Granny, Nannie Doss.
Cute. I might watch that hearing that title.
Well, okay. I brainstormed some ideas of what the Hallmark movie.
Tell me more.
Oh my God, don't judge me. Okay, I said A Crust for Murder.
Cute.
Till Death Do Us Payout. Killer Confections. The Perfect Batch.
Oh, that one's cute.
And then I said Shits and Giggles because the Prunes.
I love that one. Cute.
Okay.
Trademark it.
I know. I was like, should I pitch to Lifetime first? I feel like
I think you should.
I have more allegiance to that.
You probably should.
Okay.
She loves a Lifetime movie.
But yeah, that's the Giggling Granny.
I loved it. That was pretty wild. I need to try like a prune cake at some point just to see if it's good.
Well, yeah, thank you guys for coming.
Yeah, thanks for listening. So, at the end, we always like to ask if there's anyone that wants to tell a scary story. If you have one that you know, no pressure.
Yeah. If you've got something to tell us.
Yeah. And if not, it's okay.
Totally fine. You can also send stories to igsttystories@gmail.com. We love hearing them, and we do bonus episodes where we read like short stories.
Mm-hmm. And we
then-
just started the listener stories one too, because we got our first listener story.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
yeah, if you can do voice memos, that would be amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so our QR code over there, you can find any of our social media. I think our email too. So there's some ways to contact us.
But just a reminder, IGSTTY Pod on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and then if you liked us, please give us a follow on like any platform that you listen, and rate and review and subscribe because it helps us out.
Yeah, but thank you guys.
Thanks, everybody.